Welcome to this Great Plains Google Education Group Hangout on Air. This month we are going to be discussing the Northeast Nebraska Network Consortium Summer Technology Institute. I am Otis Pierce. I am one of the moderators of the Great Plains Google Education Group. I am at ESU 7 in Columbus. I am also happen to be on the planning committee for the NNNC STI, the Summer Technology Institute. And with me today I have Chris Good from ESU 1 and Katie Morrow from ESU 8. And Chris, I'll let you introduce yourself.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Chris, just like what I said. And I Technology Integration Specialist at ESU 1 in Wakefield. This is my 8th year in doing this, and my 8th year out of the 9 years being involved with the NNNC Summer Tech Institute. So I'm very pleased to be a part of this hangout this morning.
And Katie?
Hi everyone, it's good to be here. My name is Katie Morrow. I'm the Instructional Technology Facilitator for ESU 8 out of Neely. This is my first year being involved on the planning side of the Summer Tech Institute. However, great experiences in the past as a participant myself and even as a speaker. So excited to be a part of this team in planning this year's event.
Okay, I think the first thing we need to talk about is what is the Summer Technology Institute?
Well, I can talk to that. The Summer Tech Institute is an opportunity for classroom teachers to share what they are doing, how they are doing it, successes, challenges, a wide variety of technology integration tools that they're using in their classrooms. And it's a 2-day event that has been planned at the end of May, the first part of June, and that's the time frame that we've used for the past 9 years. It provides, and this is being held at the Lifelong Learning Center on the campus of Northeast Community College. What the 2-day event does is it provides classroom teachers a venue to showcase great experiences that they've had in their classrooms with technology integration and opportunities to learn from each other. We've also had tremendous keynote speakers over the past 8 years, and I know that during our time this morning, Katie will talk about this year's keynote speaker. But definitely a great 2-day event that teachers can take part in.
Yeah, and just to add to that real quick, I think it's what really sets it apart is that from the trenches, those true in-practice examples coming from our fellow educators. It's great to hear from the keynote speakers, and it's even more powerful to hear from real colleagues that we don't get to share enough with on a day-to-day basis.
I think that was what's kind of nice about this year is we had a lot of teachers put in session proposals, which helps out, you know, where we can kind of sit back and support those teachers as a planning committee as well. I think that's really good that the teachers are wanting to do this for us. As Chris mentioned, Katie was going to talk about our keynote speaker, so I think we'll go ahead and go into our keynote speaker. So, Katie, you want to talk about Ray and what some of his sessions are going to be like?
Sure. So Ray Zahab is the founder of a nonprofit organization called Impossible to Possible, or I2P. He's been involved with youth and with advocating for just inspiring people to go beyond what they think normally is possible and achieve that for a number of years. I know I met him probably back, and I'm thinking it was 2009 or 2010, and I was completely inspired by his message when I first heard it there, and since then have been involved in his efforts with I2P as far as reaching out and collaborating with schools. So I won't tell you his whole story, but basically it's this. He overcomes great odds and adversity and he pushes himself beyond normal limits and then encourages others to do so. And typically it's in the form of running or some kind of a physical challenge that happens. If you have time to look up on iTunes or on the internet for the movie called Running the Sahara. It was produced by Matt Damon, and it features Ray and two other fellow ultramarathon athletes who took on the challenge of crossing the entire Sahara Desert on foot. They ran the equivalent of 2 marathons a day for 111 days, or attempted to cross, this entire desert. And all the while they were documenting it, sharing back with others the results and the things that they learned. That was kind of a critical point in I2P's history. And then from then on, he started what are known as these youth ambassador expeditions. So he takes older students, young adults basically, to these remote places, takes on these seemingly impossible challenges, and the whole time they're video conferencing back with schools and teaching about a theme, whether it's science-based or social studies-based, and all of it's for free, promotes really great collaboration and 21st century skills, and all the while the human messages that are coming out of it as well. So Ray's a pretty inspirational guy, and he'll talk a lot about the focus of our institute. The theme of our institute is based on his message, and definitely embedding those 4 C's that we know are so critical to our students' success.
And Ray will be doing a keynote plus another couple of sessions as well there to kind of talk about some of that collaboration that can be done between him and his missions there and the schools and everything as well. I'm going to share my screen here in just a second and show you the website. So here is the website for the Summer Technology Institute. On that, we have some information able to get you to Lifelong Learning Center, lodging and registrations, some information on our keynote and past keynote, the registration, and I think something that's important and new this year, and we would really, really, really like to thank Julie Moore and Nita. We are using Sketch, and also thank you to Katie for getting this all put into Sketch as well for this, so you can see what's going to be happening each day. If you were to Nita, you're able to, you probably know about Sketch. If not, this is a free online. All you need to do is sign up, and then you're able to pick out the sessions that you'd like to go to. Is there anything you'd like to add on the Sketch piece, Katie or Chris?
Yeah, I think it's really great that you can look ahead of time and click on any of those color-coded session titles and then see a description as well as the presenter. In some cases, you can even see a link to resources that they might be talking about. So you can be more informed and more selective for your plan and your path, because there's so many great sessions to choose from. This is just a tool to let you look at them ahead of time and really choose the ones you think are best for your needs. And then you can click the little dot next to each one and save it to your schedule. And then when you come on June 1st to Summer Tech, you'll be able to just follow your schedule in your Sketch tool.
Yeah, and that's a great point. We will not have any kind of paper schedules available. We are anticipating that this is going to be a huge hit, like it has been for those that have attended NITA, where you can have your mobile device giving you or providing you with information on the times, the content, and the room assignments. So we just are strongly encouraging those that are going to come and participate in this 2-day event that they do take advantage of using Sketch. And again, kudos to Nita and Julie Moore for allowing us to use this. This is a great addition to our technology conference.
And as you'll see, they're color-coded is by grade level as well, and if you hover over down at the bottom, when you hover over it, you can see the grade level. But also, as Katie said, we aligned and had our presenters aligned to each of the 4 C's: communication, collaboration, creativity, and critical thinking. So you will also see where they fit that session in there as well, so you can be able to decide where you want to go and if you have something that best fits one of those needs that you'd like to look at.
And they're not binding or contractual, it's just a plan for yourself. So if you change your mind when you're there with us in Norfolk, that's completely all right.
Yeah. And then also on that website there are ESU contacts. Registration is at ESU1. There is a registration deadline to get the early registration of $30 for the 2 days. June 1st and June 2nd are the 2 days.
What, Otis? Only $30 for
Only
2 whole days?
$30 for 2 whole days. At the door,
$15 a day?
at the door, it's $40.
Yeah.
That is the best bargain I have heard of.
It is.
A long time.
Pre-registration and cancellation deadline is May 25th. You know, so make sure you get that in there. It is a great 2 days to find out some things, get your summer started off right with some things you can go to, and then collaborate. You know, there's some great collaboration there. We kind of started in on registration. Is there anything more we need to know about registration, Chris?
The registration, as you were saying, Otis, we are currently taking online registrations. You can access the registration site either by going to our STI Google site, or you can use this URL. It is www.esu1.org/STI, and that will bring you to the registration page. And as Otis said, this is a $30 for 2 days, packed full of great technology sessions. So, you know, you can't beat the price. Can't beat the location either. It's on the campus of Northeast Community College. Very easy to get to, lots of parking, and the facility itself is a wonderful place to host a conference.
And I will also put the link to the website in the comments for this video once it's posted on YouTube as well. So if you just look in the comments, the link to the website will be there, so you can go in and look and get your schedule and see who all the speakers are and everything as well. What kind of door prizes do we have?
Oh, man. We got some good stuff. You know, I kind of wish I was eligible for some of these prizes. We are going to be conducting some drawings for 2 Apple TVs. We've got 2 Chromecasts. We have a variety of books that will be given away, and then we do have some swag from Canvas that's also going to be given away as well. And then as far as the presenters, what's really nice for our presenters is their names get put into the drawing as well. And this year we are drawing for the upgraded Apple TV. So it's a nice remote that has the swipe features, and if you're in talking to Siri, you can have Siri locate videos for you, songs, whatever. It's pretty cool.
You know, Chris, I was experimenting with that, or I saw it in action, that new Apple TV here last week, and it does apps as well. Cool. So it almost feels like a Wii or a PlayStation. You can play these games. Like the Song Pop was insanely fun, and I thought, why do we even need those game stations anymore? We can just do it all on our Apple TV too. So I would love to win one of those.
So, you know, that's a little incentive to be a presenter next year for the 10th anniversary next year of the Summer Tech Institute. We may even go bigger and better next year.
And also, to get your name into those door prize drawings, you want to make sure that you're completing the evaluation after each session, which will simply be a Google form. It'll be very easy to access, very easy to enter your name as many times as the number of evaluations that you complete.
And it's only one evaluation per session, and you have to be present to win at the end of the day.
Yes, and there will be drawings for both days. So if you can't make it on June 1st, but you'll be there June 2nd, that's fine. You're still going to be eligible for drawings at the end of the day.
Yep. We do have kind of a little opening before Ray. We do have something kind of neat on the second day. We're kind of having a mini keynote on the second day. The Deputy Assistant Secretary for Rural Outreach from the U.S. Department of Education is going to be with us. We'll be in Norfolk that day, and we just had the opportunity to have her come and speak to us, and will be as well. So that's kind of something real interesting that we're going to be able to do and have through there. Since this is a Google Education group, we do have Google sessions at the Summer Tech Institute.
Mm-hmm.
We have a big old strand. We are putting them in some nice rooms. Our other moderator, Mickey Mueller, for the Google Education Group here for the Great Plains Google Education Group, was unable to attend this hangout with us today, but she is presenting several sessions, and will probably be a packed room for Mickey, because usually whenever Mickey presents, it is. On the first day, she is doing one on Google Classroom, so Google Classroom tips and tricks. So those that are using Google Classroom can do that. We have Mickey Carlson is going to be talking Pear Deck, which is very interactive and attaches to Google as well. So those are some neat things a little bit. I'm seeing.
We also have Courtney Sayers. She's going to be sharing on Google Forms. And if you are a Google Form user, you've noticed that they've revamped Google Forms. So you might want to mark her session down and be able to learn how to tap into the power of using that particular Google app.
Yeah. Mickey is also doing one called Kick Your Google Up a Notch with Add-ons. So Mickey has a couple of sessions for us, Mickey Mueller, so that will be good as well.
And then there's one on 10 plus ways to use Google Slides from Melissa Pilikowski. But there's some great applications beyond just thinking of normal slideshow presentation tool within Google that would be exciting to learn about from that session.
I'm trying to see what else is in there. Just remembering there are a lot of Google ones out there.
So sure. Otis, you know what I did? I went to the Sketch tool,
yep.
And in the search box in the upper right-hand corner, I simply put the word Google and searched for it. And it brings back any of those sessions that even mentioned Google in their description, not even just their title, but their description. So you can see how some people are using it as a focus as one of the things they'll be talking about in their session if you do that.
So in there as well, we have Let's Smash Some Apps. So we're going to be talking about some Google and Let's Smash Some Apps. That is going to be presented by Mickey Mueller. We have Mickey is the queen of Google in the end, I think we could say.
Yes. New tools for math instruction and tech tools to transform the language arts classroom. Both of those mention Google specifically in their description as well.
Yep, and everyday technology. So, there are quite a few Google sessions. If there is that unfortunate time that probably some people have to cancel at the last moment, I'm sure the planning committee will probably be doing something Google, more than likely, because we'll have those in our back pockets as well. So we do have a lot of Google sessions there to come, and usually those are really, really well attended sessions. Just because a lot of schools are going Google, and with that.
And I know from my own experience too, even if you feel like you're pretty competent at Google, there's always so much more to learn, and it's so exciting to see what someone else has discovered and kind of tested out and applied to their classroom and their school environment, and then take it back and put it in your pocket to use next year.
Right. That's one of the cool things about Google is they're always improving their product by making features more readily accessible or creating additional add-ons. The learning does not stop when you are a Google Apps user.
Especially, who knows, with that new presentation, they may actually be adding one with the new presentation tools that just came out a couple weeks ago. Being able to have question and answer similar to Google Moderator, having a laser pointer, just being your cursor in slides as well. So those may be some things out there that you can come in and learn. And it is always fun, as I'm sure Chris and Katie will attest to, when you're in the middle of presenting on something Google and it's changed from the day before when you were working on preparing it. And it's like, oh, let's learn this together. So those are always fun, but Google is always ever changing, as they said. I think one last thing, and looking through that as well, we are having Chad Johnson from NPPD will be up on the second day. We've devoted an entire room to a makerspace, so he's bringing up NPPD's makerspace stuff. So if you were at NETA this spring or at Fall NETA this past fall and were able to get up to those rooms and see those, you're going to be able to go in and do some 3D printing and create things in a makerspace environment on that second day. So that is going to be a great opportunity for everyone as well.
Geez, Otis, you're getting me pumped.
I know. It is. I'm ready. It's 2 weeks away. Let's go. Let's have it tomorrow.
That's right. Exciting time.
It is, and we do put a lot of hard work. You know, there's the three of us. We have Eileen Barks from ESU 2, Scott McIntosh also from ESU 1. We have Jill Bates and Molly Ashoff from ESU 8, Patty Finney, Becky Lizotte, Stephanie Bernthal from ESU 17, and Beth Cubish also from here at ESU 7. You know, we do a lot of planning. We start planning September-ish.
Mm-hmm.
And meet once a month to try and get these things going, and you know, it takes a lot to put it on a conference, but we enjoy it, and when it runs smooth, we're really happy about that.
And it's really based on the needs of all of our schools, and so you know, we hope that you all can come, or that people can come even that maybe aren't in the NNNC. Everyone is welcome. But if there are things that you're feeling you wish we could address for next year, or even ways to make our sessions or our flow better, just let us know. We'd love to keep making this a great conference even better than it already is.
Yep.
You bring up a great point about the value of the session evaluations. It's just not to get your name put into the drawings, but we do take time and sit down and look at the comments that you're offering, and then that helps us as we're doing planning for the upcoming year.
And the way we started doing it last year and doing it again this year, we'll be able to send those evaluations to the speakers as well. I know they appreciated it last year, seeing those evaluations via Google Forms, you know, so that we can get those out there. And of course, the website is a Google site. So, you know, I know the presenters value those things. So if you have questions for the presenters above and beyond, or want to talk to them above and beyond, but, you know, think they may be busy, put those in those evaluations, and they'll look at those and probably reach out to you. Well, any final comments?
If you have not registered for STI and you're on the fence, jump off the fence, get registered. It's a great event. We encourage you to be a participant in it.
Yeah, and I know that it might feel like, oh, it's the start of my summer vacation. The last thing I want to do is be in school. But trust me, everybody is excited and energized, and just looking for those treasure tips and tools that you're going to discover to have ready for next year. It's not it's nothing that's going to be restricting your energy. It's a great time. Everyone's excited to be there. It'll definitely be worth the time if you're able to join us.
And that's a good point, Katie. You know, starting off your summer, I remember talking with Ann Feldman from Bellevue Public Schools, who has come up and presented for us a couple of times. She says, hey, this is a great way to start off the summer. You know, kind of re-energize after the school year and get some ideas and collaborate and see those people that you maybe only see that once a year or see on Twitter. And we do have a Twitter hashtag NNNC STI 16. Tweet to that, you know, and we'll get those things done, and share out what's going on, great things the teachers are doing and you are seeing in Northeast Nebraska. Well, Katie, Chris, I'd like to thank you for joining us today for this Great Plains Google Education Group Hangout. We look forward to seeing folks at Summer Tech here in a couple weeks, June 1st and June 2nd at the Lifelong Learning Center in Norfolk. Thanks again, guys.
Thanks so much, Otis, for setting this up.
Yep.